the champions! Alright, y'all. Hey, what's going on? So, those were some great but expected semifinals that we had with the Champions League. So, we'll go over each of those games and then we'll do a preview of the final. The predictions I made in the semifinals, and obviously the predictions I'll make with the final. I mean, with the semi and the final as well. So let's, and then we'll talk a little bit briefly about the Europa League Final, and I'll give you guys a little breakdown because, you know, for you guys that know soccer, obviously you know what Europa League is and Champions League is. For you guys that don't know about soccer, I'll kind of briefly go into that, and then of course, you know, if you have any questions in the comments, I'll answer that. So let's go with first. So Tuesday's game was Paris Saint-Germain against RB Leipzig, so French versus German team. Now, as you all might know already from my picks, I had picked PSG to win that game, and they did. They won 3-0. Now, to me, basically the star of the game was Angel Di Maria from Argentina. He basically had a goal and 2 assists, so he was involved in all 3 of those goals. The first goal that Marquinhos had, which was a header, he had that in the 13th minute. That was, I mean, it was a nice little pass. He just heads it. Nobody was even near him. Heads it in. 1-0 there. Leipzig really didn't have too many chances. They really didn't look that fluid. You know, they just have a lot of youngsters, but there's no really that finishing quality. Like I said, that Timo Werner would have supplied them. But he's, like I said, at Chelsea. So they really don't have that finishing aspect in their game, and that's what I think hurts them, and that's what hurt them in this game. I mean, they got to the semifinals, and that's great, but they couldn't get further because of that. They don't have that quality to finish. So yeah, and so then Angel Di Maria scores a nice goal in the 42nd minute, makes it 2-0 in the half, and then in the second half, in about the 56th minute, he crosses it. Bernat heads it in, goal, 3-0. Really, from there was really no chance. So the one thing I will say again, Neymar, this is the second game in a row where he has chances and he couldn't finish them. He got away with it in the last 2 games. I do not think if he does this again in the final, this won't work. So he needs to step that up. He needs to step that up because getting away with it with Atalanta and Leipzig, you can get away with that. Against Bayern Munich, no. And that's what we're going to go into. So the other semifinal that just finished was Bayern Munich beating Lyon 3-0. Now, I will tell you this. Lyon did create chances. They actually played pretty well in the beginning. But the Champions League can be unforgiving. Depay had a great chance in the very early game, in the very early parts of the game, in the 4th minute. Could not even hit the net. That should have been 1-0 there. Then Toko Nkambe hits the post. And that was like in about the 13th minute. But here's what I'm telling you is unforgiving. Literally a minute later, Serge Gnabry cuts from one part of the field to the next with his left foot. Beautiful strike. Goal, 1-0. And that's, you know, and then from there, Lyon just couldn't really recover. They just didn't have the quality to finish there. They did create opportunities. It's not like, again, Leipzig, like, that didn't create opportunities. They actually had chances. But that lack of finishing hurt them. And that's why they lost this game. Then Gnabry, a little bit later on, puts another goal in. Lewandowski actually kicks it, saved by Lopez. And the ball's just hanging out there. Gnabry just easy finish, taps it in. 2-0 there. And then really from there, again, Lyon had a couple chances in the second half. Couldn't do anything with it. Neuer was just great. He made some great saves there. And then later on, you could see there was a nice little ball in. Lewandowski, simple header, 3-0. That's the game. That concludes that. He is now, which is amazing to me, he has 15 goals in the Champions League. The record is 17 by Cristiano Ronaldo. Though what I think sucks for Lewandowski is Ronaldo had 2 extra games to do it because now usually the format is home game, away game. With this format, there's only 1 game and you're done. So really, Lewandowski probably would have already broken the record because, you know, the way they trounced Barcelona, they probably would have done it in the second leg, and, you know, whoever they would have played, probably Lyon again in the second leg, he could probably get another goal or 2. So he would already, in my opinion, break the record. He still could in the final, but it's unfortunate for him, but he's just had a phenomenal season. Bayern Munich has won their 20th game in a row in all competitions. I mean, they look fantastic. And going into this final, this Sunday, will be Paris Saint-Germain, the first time they've ever made the Champions League final against Bayern Munich, who's looking for their 6th Champions League. I personally think Bayern Munich will win this game. There are some superstars on each team. You know, you have on PSG side, you have Neymar, you have Kylian Mbappe, Angel Di Maria. Though I think the difference will be that Neymar, he just hasn't. I mean, yes, he's set up goals, but again, finishing, you need to do that. And while you can get away with it with the lesser teams, against a team like Bayern Munich, as we saw with Lyon today, if you don't put away those goals, you're done. And Bayern Munich has that quality where they will score. And that's where I think the difference will be. While Bayern Munich has all these quality players, Lewandowski, Müller, Serge Gnabry, these guys are just all on fire. They're hitting all cylinders. I mean, I just personally think they're going to win this game. I could see maybe like a 3-1, 4-1 victory, but I think Bayern Munich will get their 6th championship game there. So that will be the semifinal. So let me talk about, the semifinal and then the final, which will be on Sunday, and we'll do a video recapping that. On Friday, actually, you have the Europa League Final. Now, I'll briefly talk about that. What that is basically, so how this works in Europe is, how you'll know is, every league, obviously, in Europe, the winners and whoever wins the league, and depending on the country, usually 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, usually for big countries, for small countries, not really, they all get put into the Champions League, which is like group stage, and then you get knockout rounds. So the Europa League basically is, if you don't finish in one of those top spots, you finish, like I said, it varies with every country, you get what's put into the Europa League. Now, you have the combination of that, and then in the Champions League, while you have 4 teams in each group, 1st and 2nd obviously go to the knockout round, 3rd place in each of those groups will also be in the Europa League. So basically what Europa League is the same thing, it's just more, it's a little bit more wide open. Not wide open, there's 32 teams instead of 16 teams in the knockout stage, and you still got to do the 2 legs, though this of course was 1 leg, this is a different story. But basically what it is, if you win Europa League, obviously you get money for your club, but what it does help you with is if you didn't get that in the season that you finished, if you didn't get a chance to play in the Champions League, if you win Europa League, you automatically get to play in the Champions League the next season. Now, the 2 teams that are in the finals, Sevilla, who actually have won the most Europa Leagues with 5, will be playing Inter Milan, who have 3 Europa Leagues. They're both going to be in the Champions League anyways, because the way they finished this season, they're still going to be in Champions League. Though for pride, of course, you want to get that, and you know, plus it's money for the club, so why wouldn't you want to do that? Now, Inter Milan did beat Shakhtar Donetsk from Ukraine to 5-0 to get into the next round. Sevilla beat, which was an upset. They beat Manchester United 2-1 to get into the final. So again, it'll be Sevilla, Inter Milan. Everybody says this is Sevilla's tournament, though I think they will lose to Inter Milan. Inter Milan have, you know, they've just played great. Now they got Romelu Lukaku from Manchester United. He's played wonderful for them. They have Lautaro Martinez. They have Alexis Sanchez. Who knows if he'll show up. I think Inter have the better quality, so I think they'll actually win this game, and they'll win the Europa League. But again, for them, it's more for a pride thing and for money, because they will be in the Champions League anyways next season. So yeah, so that's briefly about that. If you guys have any questions, I know it could be a little bit confusing. If you do have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will go over those in more detail. If you guys could always please like, comment, and subscribe, that would be also very fantastic. Don't forget, this Sunday, the Champions League Final. All right? And we'll do over that. The Champions!